Hi friends, it's Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're a new viewer, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, big welcome back. I'm glad you guys are here for another episode. Sorry, I didn't have an episode last week. Lots going on, and I will fill you in on that here in a second. I am just going to set my timer so that I at least kind of keep track of my time. Okay. Shop update. Continually trying to work on wool. At the moment, that's been kind of at a weird sort of standstill. Trying to find a new balance with that, and I'll explain that so it makes more sense here in a second. So with regards to the shop updates and everything, I will work on the wool as I am able, and it has been tricky, and for good reason, very good reason. So I'll start with sad news first. Very sad news is that past the week, 2 weeks ago, we actually had to put one of our dogs to sleep, and she was almost 13 years old. She was 3 months from 13. She lived a very long life, my sweet Rory, and she will be greatly missed. I'm going to try not to get emotional. Yes, she'll be very missed. But something we came to realize, and it's always been on my heart, and I think also on my husband too, we've always wanted to have dogs. That's always going to be in our future. And we found a sweet little puppy that he's a rescue, as our Rory was, and he's younger than she was when I got her. So I adopted her at 7 months. See, I knew I was going to get emotional. Sorry, try not to. She was 7 months, and still had energy, but she was a very calm. Like, her temperament was pretty calm for the most part, and reserved. And he's super friendly and very outgoing. A big cuddler though, which is really nice. And his name's Chester. And he's really cute. I would have him in here to show you guys, but and introduce you. But he is, as I mentioned, he's 4 months old approximately. Again, it's always an estimate with rescues. But he likes to chew on things a lot, and I have found that he has a special interest in wool. And not in the spinning kind, the chew on kind, and so that's not good. So he's not allowed in the wool room because that would be a mess. So yes, at some point when he has his manners and he's a little less teething oriented, I would gladly introduce you to Chester. He's a very cute, very handsome little man, and keeping our little Maverick in check. Maverick's definitely got to keep him at bay because he has so much energy compared to him. He's very entertaining though, very entertaining little stinker, and he has the zoomies, and then he just plops. We actually don't even know the breed that he is. He's a mix, and we're gonna get his saliva tested so you can check the breeds, which will be kind of cool, just to see what his makeup is, which will help also for health end of things, because the vets then know kind of certain things he might have a propensity towards. So that's a really helpful information, of course, all the way around. All right. With that also being said, please bear with me if I lose track of my train of thought, don't make a lot of sense, and probably am speaking gibberish. It's because I am running on a lack of sleep. As you can imagine, we've had him for about a week now, and I've been also my husband too. We both we're pretty sleep deprived, so we're sleeping lightly because if he gets trying to tell you he has to go to the bathroom, you want to get up and let him out before he has an accident. That's the goal. So we've been pretty good about that when it comes to overnight. He's been a pretty decent sleeper, which is excellent. But we haven't been sleeping as well because we're trying to listen to hear if he has issues. So very tired. I'm on my second cup of coffee, so that's what I'm sipping on. I hope you guys are enjoying something cozy or cool, depending on where you're at. I'm sipping on coffee, and it's, you know, almost 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. So not the best decision. However, a good decision because I still need to get work done and I need to have my brain semi-function. So, yep. And technically it's almost 3 cups because my first cup of coffee was a double. I did like 10 ounces or something crazy. Or almost a double. Okay, well, we're going to get right into it. I've only worked on one project and I haven't gotten a ton of progress because I've really only knit on my lunch break and then maybe a couple minutes in the evening, which I'm grateful I've been able to do, because the little stinker, Chester will like he'll just, you know, hit that point in the evening where he's tired and he's exhausted and he'll sleep. And I really appreciate that because when he's sleeping, then I can do my knitting. Otherwise, he would be very entertained and probably want to play with it. And that would not be good. So I'll show you what I did. The only thing I've worked on is I did a little spinning today. And fun fact, he didn't mind my wheel and kind of relaxed and laid next to it when I was spinning. Once I stopped, then he thought, fair game. My wool is fair game. The petals are fair chewing, and that's not good. So I immediately gave him a little chew. He has like chew sticks and stuff. But yes, I've been working on, this is my Jaunty by Andrea Mowry of Drea Renee Knits. And I did finish my row for you guys so that I could show you and have you see it a little bit better. So we are now almost... So this is my 3rd colorway for my Multifarious Nature Advent right here. So the first one is my Icelandic. And then I've got this beautiful dark Morit Shetland. And then this is my very fluffy Tunis wool. It's a beautiful bright cream color. And then in between, I'm using my A Hint of the Holidays by Cat from, oh gosh, Lair the Llama. See, I told you guys, I'm very lethargic right now. I'm really tired. So I'm sorry, but from Lair the Llama, the designer Cat, she is the one who made this beautiful colorway. And then I hand spun it and I did a 2-ply and I'm putting that in between. So they're all 2-plies and really, really enjoying this. It's a very relaxing knit. It's pretty easy and I'm grateful because as you can imagine with a little puppy, you get like a few stitches and then you have to stop because you're trying to watch him, you're trying to pay attention, because he has had a few accidents and we need to stay on top of that. So you have to watch him like a hawk. And I was doing really good today. And then he went behind the couch and he had another accident. So it's like, gosh darn it, we were doing so well. We'll get there. We will get there. So yeah, that's what I've been primarily working on. It's a beautiful half fisherman's rib. It's just really relaxing. If you haven't ever done half fisherman's rib, Andrea Mowry has a couple patterns that incorporate that style of stitch work, which is really enjoyable. And if you want to take on a pullover, she has some great ones. The birch pullover is one that I really enjoyed. I did that one. And I've worn that one quite a bit, actually. This is, I think, an even better beginner pattern because you don't have to use hand spun, but you definitely can. It's very versatile. Depending on your yarn, depends on what it will look like, how big it will be, and how many wraps around your neck you'll get. And yeah, I'm just really, really enjoying it. And there's some basic, increases in here, and that's it. And then there'll be decreases when I do the other half. So I just love it. I think it's going to be so beautiful. And it's a really fun way to use my Multifarious Nature hand spun advent that I did this year. And I love the colors. So just something fun for these cold temperatures. it's so bizarre because yesterday and the day before, and I think even the day before that, we were like in the high 40s, high 50s. We hit 60 degrees 2 days in a row, which is very unseasonably warm for Michigan. And oh my goodness, it was glorious. It was so nice. Just being outside to get things done. It was a huge difference when it comes to chores. And the snow is almost all gone. We still have snow, but it's like just little piles here and there where it was plowed, basically, is where we have snow. But otherwise, it's almost all gone. There's a lot of flooding in the area because the ground is still quite frozen. But we're getting there. And then today, it is now in the 30s again, which is normal. That's very normal for this time of year. And the rest of this week into next is supposed to be going from like 30s to 40s and kind of jumping around a little bit, which is always how this time of year goes. It gets a little weird. And it's snowing right now. It was raining this morning. It is snowing now. I really don't think we're going to get much measurable snow anymore. I think it's more going to be like little flecks of ice, and then it will just melt the next day, which is totally fine. I'm sorry. I probably sound monotone. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I hope you guys are doing well. I wonder what you're working on. Please share any projects you're working on, what you've been up to. Always love to hear what you guys are doing. I have all this wool. I am surrounded by wool right now. And I have wool over here. I have wool over here. Obviously, I've got my hand-dyed yarn behind me, but I have so much wool that's washed that needs to be picked so that I can put it on the drum carder. And I really want to do that, but I know if I do that, I might have to do it on the couch right now, which I really don't want to do that because it's going to make a big mess. So I'm trying to figure out exactly how to do that without having to put him in his kennel. He's kennel trained, so he'll do well in there. I like to allow him to stretch his legs as much as we can, because during the week when we're at work, he's in his kennel. So I'm trying to do that like when we're at home, but it's hard because this is the only time I can work with the wool too. So it's kind of like trying to figure out the best means of dealing with that. If anybody has like puppies that have dealt with that, and you're a wool processor or you work with wool for yourself, anything like that, I very much would love to hear tips from you on how to deal with that, because he's a very smart little dog. He is trainable. He is being trained and he's learning. But obviously he is learning. And it's like wool. He just goes, oh my gosh. I could just see his eyes when he came in here. I brought some things in here and he followed me into the room. Otherwise the room is shut and I haven't let him in here at all. And I could just see his little eyes like, oh, there is so much in here I want to chew on. Like, no. So, oh, goodness gracious. But anyway, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'd love to share with you guys. I'm sure there is. I just don't know what it is at the moment. And this video is incredibly short. Let me see if I can think of something, because my brain. I have been spinning, like I said, I just started spinning a little bit. And I actually spun the week prior some more of our Shetland. So I've been working with little midges fleece, because I really want to work with their wool, see how it is, so that I can talk about it with you guys. And my goal, of course, is to take their wool and process it and then sell it at the Fiber Festival and online with you guys as well. These would be primarily Shetland bats. However, I am thinking and flirting with the idea of adding other things into it as well. I always think that's fun. I do like to hand dye yarn. I don't know if I will dye the Shetland. I might eventually. I will never say never. But they are beautiful natural colors. So our girls, if you're new, our Shetlands, we have 5 of them. One is black and is a true black sheep. and a little midge. And then Ginger is a beautiful Morit. She's kind of a medium to dark Morit, which is brown. And then Lady, so Veiled Lady, she is, I want to say she kind of, I don't know if she's necessarily an emusket. I think they put her under light gray, but she kind of leans warm. And then our Shanty is her twin, and Chanterelle, and she is a light gray. And then Amanita. Sorry, I'm so tired. Amanita is a, I believe she is considered an emusket. I think that's what they put her under. She is like her fleece, her baby fleece, was brown and then faded to more of a creamy brown color, like very cream heavy. I think it's more her guard hairs that are like the brown, and so it creates a beautiful warm gray kind of color. It's really pretty. So yeah, she's very fluffy. I absolutely love Amanita. I always call her my lioness because she just goes poof. Like, that girl's got a fleece on her, let me tell you. And yeah, so I'm just trying to get myself organized for Michigan Fiber Festival, of course. Grateful that we're starting with our puppy right now because that gives us some time so that he can get trained, and then I'll be able to get more work done, because these first couple of weeks are always hard because he's trying to adjust to our schedules. We're trying to adjust our schedules a little bit for him, and you're trying to find that happy medium, and it's interesting. And of course we have our dog, Maverick is 9 years old, and so he already has a very established schedule, so we're trying to stay as close to our normal schedule. But of course with the puppy you go outside a lot more often, so Maverick's quite enjoying that. He gets to go outside a lot more than he usually does, or like more often, as in short stints versus like long spans of time. Yeah, and he got to meet some of our family this past weekend, which is fun. And I'm looking forward to introducing him to more people and getting out, taking him to like dog-friendly stores when he gets old enough, and hikes, because we want to definitely get him very well socialized. And yeah, so please pray for us in all of this, because he's a really good dog. He needs just needs training, and we need to get through the training. And like I said, I got Rory at 7 months, and that was almost 13 years ago. So I feel the 13 years now. Very tired, but we will all get there. I hope you guys are well. This is definitely a shorter video, but I just wanted to check in with you. I'm sorry I didn't do a video last week. This last week, the week prior, so 2 weeks ago. I was really focusing on a Rory. Like, that's really what I was doing, a lot of it, and going through that grief process. And I like to record. I really do enjoy recording and sharing all of this with you guys and hearing from you guys. I really do enjoy it a lot, and I did hear from you guys on other videos, which was a lot of fun. I just didn't want to record. And I think when you don't, you just need to give yourself grace. When you're in a time of healing, you just need to let yourself heal. So that's what I was doing. I was letting myself heal. And I'm really glad to be talking with you guys now. It was fun to share the news about our new little buddy. I'll put pictures up on Instagram and all the spots. I'll share it on here too. I'll post some photos of him. He's a cute little stinker. Yeah, but I hope you guys are well. I hope you're making and staying cozy if you're in the cooler temperatures. But if you're in Michigan, gosh, I hope you enjoyed that beautiful like burst of spring weather we had. Gosh, that was amazing. That's like end of spring, early summer weather here in Michigan, 60 degrees. Oh gosh, it was great. It was such a treat. All right. Well, we're going to leave it at that. And yeah, look forward to chatting with you guys soon, and have a wonderful rest of your week. Take care. Bye.